Hi guys, I'm Chuck Parsons. I'm the DSM for Stemco for the Rocky Mountain region and Pacific Northwest. I wanted to show you guys today the Qwiktie and the features and benefits of the Qwiktie. The Qwiktie is a universal fit. It extends out 11 inches and is on a fine thread for precise alignment. As you can see here, this is just an extension of that tie rod end. This is what gives you the capability to get that universal fit, is the ability to extend out 11 inches. So you can see here on the threads, there is your stop point. You do not want to go out past your clamp on that stop point. You can see within the thread pitch that there is a groove where it's a do not extend point. So the blue signifies that it's installed on the curb side. The boot of the tie rod assembly is urethane, so it holds up better than your rubber applications. The boot itself has these grease exports, so when the customer services the tie rod end, the grease will export out of the top of the boot. The tube itself is 1/8 of an inch thicker than your standard tie rod assembly. So what that does, it gives the customer better steerability with the truck, and you get less flex and deflection of the tie rod itself. There are multiple fleets that use the Qwiktie from the beginning of life of the truck when they purchase it. There are refuse fleets and logging fleets that actually take an OE tie rod assembly off and put the Qwiktie on from the beginning life of that truck because of this particular unit giving it better steerability. So how do I identify that this Qwiktie is the right unit for the application? It's very simple. We take our Stemco gauge that we provide to you guys. We check the minor on the tie rod end. If it slips over the end, then we've identified that that is the correct application for that axle. The other item that you can check too is the thread pitch. But typically, if the minor is correct and it's a straight tie rod application, it'll fit that application. Another thing that you can do to cross-reference that is go to the Stemco Kaiser book. And inside the book is all the OE numbers that you can use as a cross-reference, or you can go to stemco.com and use the stemco.com website to enter in the OE part number. And you can cross-reference that into the Qwiktie unit. So we talked about the fine thread for precise alignment for the Qwiktie. So the alignment guys really like to use this product because how you can get an accurate alignment with this particular unit. The way that the customer can identify that they need to replace the tie rod assembly itself is by looking at the mechanics of the tie rod end itself. In the steering industry, if a mechanical component has more than 10 thousandths movement on it, then it's deemed a defective product. And a 10 thousandths is the hair off of your head in movement. So when you're out in the field and you're looking at these components, if you use movement and the width of your hair as a reference, that's not a lot of movement. So if you take a dial indicator and put it on the tie rod to the tie rod end, then we've identified that the tie rod end is potentially bad. The other things that we want to look at is dinged up threads or even a bent center tube. A lot of guys will hook chains up to these tubes to pull the truck out of compromised circumstances, and they'll bend the tube and that makes the tube defective. So when we've identified any of these items that cause a defective part, we need to replace it. There are 2 part numbers that fit the majority of the applications out there, or all the straight tie rod applications. The Qwiktie 967 SS, which is the 12,000 pound axle, that's considered the small unit, and the Qwiktie 108 SB, and that fits all of your large or 20,000 pound axles. You can identify that with the gauge, with the red being the 108 and the green being the 967. If you have any questions on if you deem a product being defective and needing to be replaced, or if you have any technical questions, please feel free to contact me. Thank you again.